Good morning, tulips. Okay, are you guys ready to sing hello? Ready? Hello, cha-cha-cha. Hello, cha-cha-cha. Hello, and how are you? Cha-cha-cha. I'm fine, cha-cha-cha. I'm fine, cha-cha-cha. And I hope that you are too, cha-cha-cha. Okay, guys, let's see. Who remembers the name of our month? It starts with the letter M. It says, Who can tell me what's the name of our month? It is March. Can we say March? Ready? March. Good. We're in the month of March. We're in the month of March. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. We're in the month of March. We're in the month of March. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Very good, guys. Okay. Okay, so let's count how many days we have so far in March. Ready? We have, everybody count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That was yesterday. What number comes after 19, friends? It is 20, which is a 2 and a 0. Could we say 20? Ready? 20. So today is the 20th of March. So we have a brand new season that we started yesterday. Who remembers the name of our brand new season that we started yesterday? What season is it? Good, it's spring. Can we say spring? Ready? Spring. Now, remember in spring, okay, we have a different type of weather than we had last season in winter. In spring, remember, we're going to get lots and lots of rain, okay? It's going to start to be warmer, and we're going to get a lot of rain. Okay, so remember, we want rain because the water helps our flowers to grow, okay? All of our plants need rain in order to grow, and with all of our rain, we're going to get nice, pretty flowers. Okay, so let's go over our year. So what year is it, friends? What year is it? Because that hasn't changed. It's not going to change for a while. Good. It's the year 2020. Can we say that together? Ready? 2020. Very good, guys. Awesome. So let's go over the stuff we've been learning. So first, let's start with our letter of the week. Because this is the last time we're doing this letter. We're going to get a new letter on Monday. So what is the name of this letter again, friends? Who can tell me? Good. It's the letter P. Could we say P? Ready? P. And what sound does the letter P make? Who can tell me what sound the letter P makes? Good. It says pa, pa. Ready? Pa, pa. Very good. Like our friend, Mr. Penguin. Good. Can we say pa, pa, penguin? Ready? Pa, pa, penguin. Very good. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to go over our word family. Now remember, I'm going to add to our word family again in a couple of days, but we're just going to go over the ones we have now because we're doing this for 2 weeks. So next week, we're going to learn a couple more. This is the A-N word family. Remember, A-N says and. It's its own word. Can we say and? Ready? And. Very good. And we're going to use and now with some letters to build some new words. So I'm going to add a C to and. What sound does C make, friends? Who can tell me what sound does C make? It says ka, ka. Can we say that together? Ready? Ka, ka. And now I'm going to add and to that. So I have ka, and, ka, and, ka, and, What word do we hear? It's can. Can we say can? Ready? Can. Very good. Now I'm going to make my next word, which is, I'm going to use our letter of the week, which is P, right? And who could tell me what sound the letter P makes? It says pa, pa. Can we say that together? Ready? Pa, pa. So we have pa and pa and pa and. So what word do we hear? It's pan. Can we say pan? Ready? Pan. Okay, now I'm going to add my next letter, which is the letter R. What sound does R make? We have so we have and. What word do we hear? It is ran. Can we say ran? Ready? Ran. Now next, I'm going to add an M. Okay? What sound does M make? It says like that's delicious. Can we say m? Now we're going to add and. So we have ma, and. What word do we hear? It's man. Can we say man? Ready? Man. Very good. Now let's say the whole thing together. Ready? We have and. Repeat after me. Can. Pan. Ran. And man. Very good, guys. Awesome job. Okay, so now we're going to go over our word family. We just did our word family, our sight word. Just kidding. We're going to go over our sight word of the week, which was F-R-O-M. Who could tell me what F-R-O-M spells? What does F-R-O-M spell, friends? Good. It spells from. Can we say from? Ready? From. Okay, so my sentence for from is I am walking home from school. Can you guys give me a sentence for from? Good sentence. One more time, can we say from? Ready? From. Very good, guys. So now let's go over our numbers of the month. Okay, our first number of the month is a 1 and a 3. Who could tell me what number is a 1 and a 3, friends? What number is a 1 and a 3? Good, it's 13. Can we say that together? Ready? 13. Ready? 13. And our other number of the month is a 1 and a 4. Who could tell me what number a 1 and a 4 makes? Good, it's 14. Can we say that together? Ready? 14. So one more time, let's say them. Ready? We have 13, 13, and 14, 14. Very good, guys. Sorry. We have 13 and 14. Very good. Now let's go over our shape of the month. So here is our shape of the month. So what shape is this, friends? Who can tell me what shape is this? Good. It has two names. The first one is what? What's our first name? It is rhombus. Can we say rhombus? Ready? Rhombus. And our shape second name is, I'll give you a hint. My finger. It's diamond. Can we say diamonds? Ready? Diamonds. So it's diamond or rhombus. And how many sides does a diamond or rhombus have? Good. It has 4 straight sides. So let's count them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we say 4 straight sides? Ready? 4 straight sides. Very good. And all the sides have to be what to make it a rhombus or a diamond? All the sides have to be the same. Ready? Let's say it together. All the sides are the same. Ready? All the sides are the same. Very good. Okay, now our color of the month is this, and it's the color of my cup. What color is this, friends? Good. It's blue. Can we say blue? Ready? Blue. Blue is our color of the month. Awesome. So, we're going to talk more about water because that's our theme for the month. Okay, so first we're going to go over everything we've learned this week. So we've learned a lot about water this week. So let's go over first the 4 types of precipitation, okay, that we have. And remember our word precipitation is a fancy word for things that fall down from our clouds. Can we say that together? Ready? Precipitation. Okay, ready? One more time. Precipitation. Okay, so what is the type of precipitation that we have during spring? It's when we have our liquid water falling out of the clouds. What type of precipitation is that? Good, it's rain. Okay, remember rain is our first type of precipitation that we learned. It's the kind we get a lot during spring. Okay, rain is when we have liquid water falling out of the sky. Remember, liquid water is like the water that's in my cup, okay? It's like the water that comes out of our sink or is in our bathtub, okay? This is a liquid. That's what rain is. It's a liquid. But last season, we had a different one. So what is the type of precipitation, or one of them at least, that we can get when it's really cold out during winter and the water freezes? What do we got? We got snow, right? So snow happens when our water freezes, right? And turns into these little ice crystals. We get snow. We really didn't have a lot this winter, just because it wasn't as cold, but we usually do have quite a bit. Okay, so remember, snow is when liquid water freezes, okay? It turns into ice cubes. And remember, ice is ice crystals. They're not whole cubes, but ice is a solid, right? Ice is a solid. It's hard like my board. When water freezes and turns into our solid, we get snow. We also get another type of precipitation that also begins with S, and it happens during winter. What's our other type? Good. It's sleet. Can we say that together? Ready? We have sleet. Remember, sleet are those tiny little pieces of ice. They're like teeny tiny pieces of ice cubes, okay? And they fall from the sky because, again, our water turns from a solid. I said that backwards. It turns from a liquid to a solid when it gets cold, right? And then it gets hard, like this board's a solid, okay? And it turns into sleet. Now, our last one also is a solid, but it's a little strange because it doesn't happen really during the winter. It happens during the summer, okay? What is the type of precipitation we get? Think like during a thunderstorm, okay? So remember, it is hail. Can we say hail? Hail is when we get those big ice cube chunks. Now, the reason for it is even though hail happens during the summer when it's obviously warm, remember, up in the sky is colder than it is down here. To get a thunderstorm, we have to have a change in temperature in the air, okay? So when our cold air comes in, the water in the sky can freeze, get harder, and it makes hail. So sometimes during thunderstorms, we can have hail. Can we say hail? Good. Ready? Let's say the 4 types of precipitation together. Ready? Repeat after me. Rain, rain, snow, snow, sleet, sleet, and hail, hail. Very good, friends. Awesome memory. So right now it's actually sunny outside, so we don't have any types of precipitation, but yesterday we did have our rain. And remember, we are going to have more rain throughout the spring to help our flowers grow. So now we're going to go over, we kind of talked about it a little bit just now, the 3 states of matter that water can be. Okay, I'm going to have one right here. So let's see if we can remember which one this is. So our 3 states of matter Our first one for our 3 states of matter that water can be is a liquid, okay? This is a liquid. Could we say liquid, liquid. Liquid water is what comes out of our sink, okay? It's what's in our bathtub, is that we use to wash our hands. It's what falls out of the sky during rain. Remember, liquid takes the shape of its container. So I poured my water, and it took the shape of my glass. I could pour it into anything, and it would take the shape of that, okay? Just glass is easiest to drink out of. See? Liquid. Can we say liquid? Ready? Liquid. So liquid water is the first type we learn, and that's the kind that comes out during a rainstorm. Now, our second type is what happens when liquid water turns cold and it freezes. What type of water do we get when liquid water turns cold and it freezes? We get a solid. Can we say solid? Ready? Solid. Now, a solid is like our ice cubes, right? Remember, that's what happens when water freezes. When it gets cold, it turns into a solid, which is hard, like ice cubes. And remember, those don't take the shape of the container they're in. They keep their own shape. Like if I had, I don't have it right here, but if I had an ice cube, right, it would just keep its square shape. It wouldn't change shape even if I held it in my hand. And our last is a gas. So remember, gas happens when we heat liquid water up, right? If you guys saw the other day in my video, I put water on my stove in my pasta pot. I turned the stove on, right? The stove makes things hot. Okay, so when my liquid water heated up, it rose up as steam, okay, and that is a gas. Can we say gas? Good. So ready? Let's one more time say our three types of matter. We have liquid, solid, and gas. But that was not all we've learned. We still have one more thing to go over. My goodness, we've learned so much this week. Yesterday, we learned about the water cycle, right? We learned about the water cycle. Okay. So remember, the water cycle is the process that water uses to travel all around our Earth. And remember, a cycle means it goes round and round and round and doesn't stop, okay? So the first step in our water cycle, remember that it also kind of puts together all the last two things we've been learning. Our first step in our water cycle, okay? Well, it really doesn't matter where we going, but because it never stops. But here's my lake, okay? My lake was made of liquid water, okay? And remember, in our sky, we have Mr. Sun. We learned that in our last unit. Remember, the sun gives us both light, but it also gives us heat. Okay, so our sun is heating up our lake. And what happens when the water gets hot? Who could tell me, what does a liquid water turn into when it gets hot? Good, it turns into a gas, okay? The water starts rising up, just like our water in our pasta pot. It rises up in the air as steam, okay, or water vapor. So our water vapor rises up into the air, and we call that evaporation. Can we say that together? Ready? Evaporation. Evaporation is just a big word for when our liquid water heats up and turns into a gas. It goes up into the sky. Can we say evaporation? Ready? Evaporation. That's when our water heats up from a liquid and turns into a gas. So remember, it rises up into the sky. But then what happens to it? Well, remember, up in the sky is colder than it is down here. When our gas rises up into the sky and gets colder, it starts to turn into little tiny water droplets. And these little tiny water droplets start to stick together. And then billions and billions and billions of these little water droplets stick together and they form a cloud. Okay, so when our little water droplets stick together and form a cloud, we call that condensation. Can we say that together? Ready? Condensation. Ready? Condensation. So condensation is what happens when our our gas turns cold, okay, and it turns into little water droplets and makes a cloud. So that's condensation. But it doesn't end there. Ooh, I should have moved this over a little bit so we could draw a little better, but that's okay. It won't make do. So remember, then our cloud gets heavier and heavier and heavier until it can't hold the water anymore. So what happens when our cloud can't hold the water anymore? It falls down, down, down as precipitation, right? Our water comes down, down, down as precipitation. Okay, so precipitation is our next step, okay? Precipitation, we know, can be rain, it could be snow, it could be sleet, it could be hail, okay? It is when our water comes out of our clouds as either rain, snow, sleet, or hail. So then our water is coming down, right? But where does it go next? Well, our water can travel, the rain can travel right back into our lake, okay? And then from our lake, it gets heated up by the sun where it turns into water vapor, which then goes into the sky, gets cold, turns into water droplets, which then are condensed and turn into clouds as condensation. They come down, down, down from the clouds as rain, snow, sleet, or hail as precipitation, which then goes back into the lake, which then gets heated up, goes back into the sky, which gets cold, condenses, turns into a cloud, which then comes out as precipitation and goes into the lake, and it keeps going and going and going and going and going and going forever, okay? This cycle never stops, okay? So this cycle is the water cycle. Remember, cycle means it goes round and round in a circle, okay? And it never stops. It can keep doing this forever. We said even dinosaurs might have drinking the same water we have, okay? Because our water just keeps going forever. So let's see if we can sing our water cycle song from the other day. Ready? Let's see if you guys remember. Water travels in a cycle. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Water travels in a cycle, yes it does, yes it does. It goes up as evaporation, forms clouds as condensation, comes down as precipitation, yes it does, yes it does. Good, one more time, ready? Water travels in a cycle, yes it does, yes it does. Water travels in a cycle, yes it does, yes it does. It goes up as evaporation, forms clouds as condensation, comes down as precipitation, yes it does, yes it does. Awesome job, guys. So we're going to read a book all about the water cycle, okay? This book is called Water, Up, Down, and All Around. And if you look here, this person is getting liquid water from their sink to drink. So where did that water come from? Well, it came from the water cycle. That's how we got it. So where do raindrops come from? Plop, plop, splash. Raindrops trickle down your face. Once these raindrops sailed up high in a cloud. They roared in a river. They crashed on the seashore. These raindrops have circled the whole world. The water cycle. Raindrops are made of water that has been used over and over and over and over again since Earth began. They're part of Earth's water cycle. The water cycle begins as water flows down from mountain lakes. Water also springs up deep from within the earth, which we call groundwater. From mountains and springs, water runs into rivers and oceans. Fun fact, our water actually covers 70% of our earth. So if you guys see here, this looks just like our globe, right? Because it's our earth. All the blue here is actually all the water. So 70% of our earth is water. Sunlight heats up nature's water until it evaporates. Right, here's our sun, here's our water. When water evaporates, it rises up into the air. Heat turns water into very tiny droplets called water vapor. Water vapor is floating in the air all around you, but you can't see it. So remember, water vapor is our gas, and it evaporates and rises up into the sky. Water vapor cools off or gets colder as it rises into the air. As water vapor cools, the tiny drops of water get bigger and bigger and bigger. The drops can now be seen in mist or fog. Watch the clouds sail through the sky. Clouds are also made of water vapor. Fun fact, you can see water vapor indoors too. Steam is the vapor that rises when water boils, which we saw the other day when I put the water on the stove. Water vapor brush against the cold air in the sky. The tiny drops of water vapor get bigger and bigger. The vapor in the clouds condenses and turns into rain. If it's cold enough, the water vapor may turn into snowflakes, right? So remember, when it's warmer we have rain, it's colder we get snow. Water vapor can condense in other places too. In early morning, you might see dew glittering on a lawn or a field. We see this a lot in summer and in spring. Water vapor in the warm air has condensed on the cold grass. So when you guys first wake up in the morning, especially during the summer, you might see this. When it is cold outside, frost sparkles on your window. Frost is frozen dew, right? It looks like those little ice crystals on the window. We see that a lot during winter. So where does the water go? Snow melts. Dewdrops evaporate into the sky and turn into clouds. Rain flows into streams, rushes into oceans, or sinks silently into the ground. Water gets trapped also in mountain ice. Fun fact, only 1% of the Earth's water is actually good for drinking. Most water is in the ocean and it's salty. Salty seawater or ocean water is not good for drinking. The rest of the water is in ice. So how is the water used along the way? Well, we use water for a lot of things. We're actually going to spend the whole next week talking about what we use water for. Deer drink from forest lakes. Fish swim through ocean depths. Corn and wheat grow tall as their roots suck up water from the ground. You need water to live too. You can fill your glass, jump in the pool, or wash your soapy hands. Fun fact, Earth's water is used over and over again. You might be drinking water that people or animals drank thousands of years ago. Or we said even our dinosaurs, it could be millions of years. Ugh. Water can become too dirty for drinking or swimming. Unhealthy things can wash into water from factories, farms, lawns, and toilets. Ugh. That is why cities have places to clean the water people drink. So as you see here, the factory is sending in all kinds of dirty stuff into the water, and it's making the fish sick. Okay, we call that pollution. Can we say that together? Ready? Pollution. Pollution is when people make the water too dirty for us to drink. So that's why we should never throw garbage or stuff in our water, because it makes it dirty, and then it makes the fish sick, and it can make us sick. Not so fun fact, wild animals don't have ways to clean their water. So if we make the water sick, we make the animals sick. Round and round we go. Plop, plop, splash. Rain dribbles down your boots. Water dribbles inside you too. Your thirsty body is made up of 2/3 water. So we have to drink water all the time, but our body's actually made up of water. So here is the water cycle, right? We know this already. We start here with our liquid water. The sun heats it up, and it rises up as water vapor. The water vapor then gets cold, and our water droplets condense and squish together, and billions of them form a cloud. When that cloud gets too heavy, the water comes down as precipitation, which can be our snow, rain, sleet, or hail. Okay, and then our precipitation goes back into the lake or something, and it starts all over again. The end. Wait, one more. Fun fact. Solid, liquid, or gas. Water has 3 forms. We know that. It could be liquid like the wet water you drink. It could be a solid like hard ice cubes. Or it could be gas like the hot steam that rises from a cooking pot. Water changes from a liquid to a solid to a gas at different temperatures. right? So water changes from a liquid to a solid at 32 degrees Fahrenheit, which means when it gets really cold and it freezes. Or our water turns into a gas when it heats up. Here it's on the stove. When it's 212 degrees Fahrenheit, the water heats up and rises up as water vapor. Wonderful water is the only thing in the world that can change naturally into a liquid, a solid, or a gas. The end. So we're going to read one more book about water. And this one happens to be by one of my favorite authors. This book is Little Cloud by Eric Carle. Okay, we've read a bunch of Eric Carle books before. This is the guy who's written The Very Hungry Caterpillar. And the reason I chose this book is, right, because clouds are a very important part of our water cycle, right? We get clouds from condensation, and when our clouds fill up, they give us precipitation. So I wanted to read this nice little story to wrap up our week about clouds. So this is The Little Cloud by Eric Carle. The clouds drifted slowly across the sky. Little Cloud trailed behind. The clouds pushed upwards and away. Little Cloud pushed downwards and touched the tops of houses and trees. So here Little Cloud's kind of acting like fog, right? The clouds all moved out of sight. Little Cloud changed into a giant cloud. Little Cloud changed into a sheep. Sheep and clouds sometimes look alike. So look, our cloud changed into the shape of a sheep. Have you guys ever seen a cloud that looks like something? I do think sometimes they look like sheep. So let's see what else he can make. Little Cloud changed into the shape of an airplane. Little Cloud often saw airplanes flying through the clouds. Little Cloud changed into a shark. Little Cloud once saw a shark through the waves of the ocean. Let's see what other shapes he can make. Little Cloud changed into two trees. Little Cloud liked the ways that trees never moved and stayed in one place. Little Cloud changed into a rabbit. Little Cloud loved to watch rabbits dash across the meadow. Then Little Cloud changed into a hat because, wonder why he changed into a hat. Little Cloud changed into a clown and he needed a hat. Whoa, that's a pretty cool shape. The other clouds drifted back. They huddled close together. Little Cloud, they called, come back. Little Cloud then drifted towards the other clouds. I wonder what they're going to do if they're all getting close together. What do you guys think they're going to do? Let's see. Then all the clouds changed into one big cloud and it rained. Right? So here's our precipitation, our liquid rain. The end. So I hope you guys have enjoyed learning all about water this week. Hopefully sometime today I'm going to put up another bonus video. I'm going to be doing another science activity where I'm going to be changing our states of water. Okay, I'm going to be doing an experiment where I'm going to melt ice. And remember, melting ice is from turning it from a solid to a liquid. So hopefully I'll have that posted sometime by the end of today. If not, it'll definitely be up tomorrow. Attached to this video, parents, you can find 2 more videos about the water cycle, okay? One of those happens to be from Brain Pop Jr. I know I had sent you something where you could make your own Brain Pop accounts for free and you'll be able to access a bunch of videos. I know not everyone was able to do that. So what I am going to do is I'm going to send you our school password for Brain Pop that you can use. But if you can, try to make your own account because then you'll have full access to the site And because unfortunately with our school account, we can only have like one person logging on at a time. So you could definitely try it, but you might not always be able to get in if one of our other families is using it. So try to make your own, but if not, you could totally use ours and watch the water cycle video. I also sent you another video about spring for you guys to watch. Because, it's the first day of spring was yesterday, and it's such a great season, and I'd love to learn more about it. I also sent you a link to a read aloud that's absolutely fantastic on YouTube. This guy actually wrote his own story about the water cycle. So I can't read it to you in a book because it doesn't exist. But he made this really, really great YouTube read aloud that I hope you guys will either watch today or sometime over the weekend when you have time, because I think personally it's excellent. So today's Friday, so I won't be posting a new circle time tomorrow for Saturday or Sunday. But like I said, you guys can hopefully watch our bonus video, and you can always go back and watch any of our old read alouds or videos, or even me if you want, during the weekend. So bye. I'll see you guys on Monday. Have an awesome weekend. Bye.